Hey there, Regina Andler here, and it is time for Tips and Tricks Tuesday. Today, I want to talk about CTAs. If you're familiar with marketing, you know what a CTA is. It's a call to action. So it's one of those happy little acronyms that we use. If you've never heard of a CTA before, it's as simple as that, call to action. And what is a call to action? A call to action is something for your prospect to do, for your follower to do once they read whatever it is that you've got for content. So it could be a Facebook post, right? And you could say, click below to join our program, or you could say, enter in the hashtag below, I like this, or whatever the hashtag is. People put different hashtags out there all the time for different things. You ask a question and say, hey, if this is you and you want more info, enter the hashtag in below. That's a call to action. It's asking your prospect, your lead, your follower, your whatever else they are on social media, to just take some action and do something. Now, why do you want a call to action? So there's a couple reasons why you want a call to action. First and foremost being, as humans with all the stuff that we got going on in our head, we need to be told what to do. And you can ask a question and say, hey, does this relate with you? If you don't say, hey, does this relate with you? Comment below. If you don't put that comment below, you actually don't get as much engagement because we need to be told what to do. As humans, psychologically speaking, we have so much going on in our head without a clear sense of what it is that you want us to do. Chances are pretty good we're going on to the next thing. So first and foremost, your call to action is the next step. It gives your lead, your prospect, your follower, it gives them the thing to do next. Now, we're talking about reverse marketing always. We're talking about providing value and not selling stuff, rather letting people know what it is that you do, helping them, providing value to them so that they then come to us, right? That's what reverse marketing is all about. So your call to action is that much more important in reverse marketing because you want to build that know, like, and trust with people, right? And then when they have that know, like, and trust, the next thing about the call to action is you can put a call to action that creates some sense of urgency so that now those people that you've provided value for say, oh yeah, I've read her stuff before. I've read his stuff before. And it says, I need to respond, by the end of the day today, by Friday or whatever it is, so that I can get this information. It's the next step of what they want to do. And having that sense of urgency actually creates more energy around your content. So that's the second thing. So the first thing is that you want to tell them what to do next. You want to guide them on their next steps. And then you can use your call to action to create that sense of urgency. And then lastly, for you as the business owner, a call to action helps you measure how successful you are. When you have a lot of people responding, a lot of people replying, putting comments in, downloading your lead magnets, whatever it is, right? Whatever that value is that you're giving, that call to action is critical. It helps you figure out, well, geez, am I getting enough downloads? Have you ever created a lead magnet, put it out there, told the world about it and said, hey, come download this, it's got great information, and nobody downloaded it? I've done that before. I think if you've been in business long enough, all of us have. Some content hits, some content doesn't. How do you know? Because your call to action is what is helping you gauge just how well it's working. So if you have a call to action on we'll say a Facebook post, and it says, are you struggling with getting leads? And that's where it stops. Yeah, you might get a few people who comment and say, oh yeah, that's me. If you say, are you struggling with leads, with getting new leads? Comment below leads. and let me know that it's not just me, it's you too. You'll get a lot more response to it. So you can see what's working and what's not working. You can see the topics that people are interested in, the results that your ideal client is looking for. You can actually use your call to action to help you figure out what is actually working and what's not working. So that's three different reasons why you want to use a call to action. So the question is, what is a good call to action? Now, again, we're talking about reverse marketing here. We're talking about not selling stuff. And I'm going to tell you right out, most of the calls to action that I see are click on my calendar and set up a time to chat. I've put them in mind before too. I'll tell you, that call to action is only going to work for the people who already know, like, and trust you. It's not going to work for all of those other people out there that don't even know you from a hole in the wall yet. Why? Because when they see click on my calendar and set up a time to chat, instantly in their head, they're going, sales call. They're going to try to sell me something. And they're not going to do it. So if you've had that call to action of, hey, set up some time in my calendar, and you're finding you get crickets, chances are pretty good that's why. It's because psychologically, even when I see it, I teach this stuff. I teach how to create a call to action, even with a, hey, click on my calendar, that actually works. And still we get ones that aren't that effective because they're going to the wrong people. They aren't going to the people who already know, like, and trust you. And whenever I see them on somebody else's, if I don't know, like, and trust that person, I instantly think it's a sales call. I instantly think, sure, I'll set up a time on the calendar and I'm going to waste 15 minutes, a half an hour or whatever. I'm going to get zero value out of it. And they're going to spend a half an hour trying to sell me something. It's exactly what people think about when you use that call to action. So what is a good call to action? Well, depending on what your lead magnet is or what you're posting or where you're posting, the best lead magnet, say or the best call to action for, say, social media posts is to have people comment. So say, hey, comment below. Tell me what you think. What's your opinion of this? Have them respond to you, ask a question back so that they can respond. Because if you ask the right question and you get people and you're in the right audience, you're going to get people going, oh, that's me. Oh, yeah, I get that too. Oh, yeah, I'll comment below because, yeah, I totally get that. Now you've got their attention, reverse marketing. Now you're starting to build that relationship. Now you can start into other calls to action. So there's multiple calls to action, right? So the next type of call to action would be, hey, download this guide. Check out this free resource that I have for you. That can be a call to action. So your lead magnet could actually be a call to action, right? If you have a lead magnet, say you have a consumer awareness guide or you have a free webinar even, then you, at the end of that, the call to action could be to send them off to the next thing. So if you have, say, a free guide, at the end, if they want more information, you might want to send them to a short 30-minute video where now instead of them just reading what you're saying, they get to experience you on the video. So it helps build that know, like, trust, right? And then as you build that know, like, and trust, that's when you can start saying, hey, here's my calendar. Remember, don't use the calendar thing right away. We all think it's a scam. We all think you're going to sell us something. Stop using the calendar. So when you think of it, your commenting below is your first kind of call to action that really gets people engaged. The second call to action would be giving away something of value, right? So again, if it's a social media post, you can have a social media post, somebody comments below, you can say, hey, I can DM you this free guide. So now you can step into the relationship. And then lastly, the third type is now you go a step further where you provide something bigger. Maybe it's a challenge, a workshop, a master class. Maybe it's some kind of a live training, something, a live webinar where you're doing something with them. So they get to experience you. The whole thing behind a call to action is to get the people to understand who you are, build that know, like, and trust, and then you move on to the next step. Now your calls to action, they're kind of building, right? So you started out with a hey, comment below. Hey, here's my free guide. Hey, now that you got that, here's this free workshop that I'm doing. Now they really experience you. Now your call to action can be, hey, I'm extending my hand. I have this offer. So if you want more information, you want to go further, type count me in below. As simple as that. You can have something as simple as that for them to say, yeah, I want to know about what her program is, what his program is, because now you've built that relationship. Calls to action are about building the relationship. It's not about all of a sudden, jumping in. I think it's John Assaraf who uses the analogy of, you don't go to bed with somebody on their first date, right? I always laugh when I hear that one. It was like, yeah, no, you build the relationship before you start doing stuff, right? And so, that's the same thing with marketing. When it comes to marketing, you start small. Start with that. Hey, put the comments in. Hey, here's my guide. Hey, here's this free thing, this free workshop, whatever. And then now you can start putting the calls to action and saying, hey, let's get on a calendar call and see if you're even right for my program. Your call to action might be to apply for your program, because now they know you, they know what you do, they know that you can provide the result that they're looking for. So now if you say, hey, let's jump on a call to see if you're a good fit for my program, now they know you're offering the program. It's not a sales call. They already know you're extending your hand, and you're extending your hand letting them know that I'm not even sure if you're a good fit for my program yet. So I'm not selling you anything. We're going to chat. I'm going to find out, who are you? What's your business? What do you do? What is it that you need? Do we resonate together? Because if we don't, and we start working together, chances are pretty good it's going to fall apart pretty quick because we don't resonate. So you could have a call to action where you have people contact you once they get to that spot, and then apply to join your program. And then that could be the next step. And then literally, you're just extending your hand. The final call to action as you're building is that hand extend. Here's what I've got. If you're interested, great. If you're not interested, great. It's all good, no matter what. So that's a little bit about calls to action. And if you want to learn more about lead magnets and calls to action, in the upcoming masterclass, it's going through the scroll down below there. We have a free masterclass coming up, my free masterclass. And it's called How to Easily Attract New Clients Without Spending a Dime. It is coming up starting next week. It starts on September 11th, 2023. And we are going to go through all kinds of things involved with creating that marketing piece, including your call to action, crafting a call to action unique to you that fits your target audience. So it's not just a, hey, use this one, use this one, use this one. It could be different depending on who your audience is. And during this masterclass, we're going to go through and we're going to build your marketing piece with your unique call to action on it. So if you want to join us, the link is right below. It is www.getclientsfaster.com. And we are already in the group, the private Facebook group that we're going to be doing everything in, sharing a ton of value and putting a bunch of information out there. So come and join us September 11th, 2023 for getclientsfaster.com. And I hope to see you there. Bye for now.